Hello, hello. How are you doing? My name is Gary Smoot, and welcome to Smoot Talk. And today we'll be talking about what we can learn from Cardi B and OffSet. What we can learn from Cardi B and OffSet. And today we'll be talking about their relationship and just some things that I've seen and a lot of us have seen in their relationship since it's so public. None of us are perfect, so none of us can judge. But for me, I've been engaged and I've been married and I have been divorced. So, and I had children through all of those situations. So, I can definitely empathize with them and what they have going on because I have been there before. Um, I've filed for divorce. I've went through divorce. I filed for divorce and then went back to the person. Then ended up going all the way through it and divorcing them. So and had kids. So I know what it's like. So I'm not just somebody who's up here talking about relationships and talking about a divorce and or filing for divorce, and I've never done it myself. I mean, of course, plenty of people can do it, but I really pay attention more to people who have went through it and are doing better in their life than want to listen to somebody who's never even been married ever. But I want to talk about what we can learn from their relationship. So I'm going to read a brief timeline of their relationship, and then we're going to jump right in. It says that the beginning of their relationship began in early 2017. They had dating rumors going around when they got spotted together at the Super Bowl in February of 2017. So that's when it started, 2017. On September 20th, 2017, they were secretly married. And then it says that 2018, the relationship went public and they had their first child. But there was a whole lot of rumors going around about Offset, the husband, how he was involved in a bunch of cheating scandals. But they still welcomed their first child. Then it says in December of 2018, Cardi announced a split on Instagram. I remember that. But then the pair they reconciled shortly after. Then in 2019, it says that they were back together at the Grammys on the red carpet as a couple. They continue to make public appearances and showcases, and even at the Billboard Music Awards. But in 2020, so they got together 2017. 3 years later, 2020, it says on September 15th, 2020, Cardi filed for divorce from Offset, citing irreconcilable differences. But it says they reconciled just weeks later, and by November. And it said that Cardi confirmed that the divorce case was dismissed, so she dismissed it. They got back together. 2021, they had a second child, um, and they had their second. They welcomed a son. All right, and then it says in 2023, it's talking about in January 2023, Cardi opened up about the couple's rocky past and reconciliation on the Jason Lee show. But it said by December 2023, rumors of another split happens, and they also unfollowed each other on social media. And then Cardi confirmed that she was single on December 11th, 2023. I definitely remember that because I tried to jump in her DMs. And then 2024, this is where we are now, sad to say, which just came out, which I think most of us would know. But on July 31st, 2024, a couple of days ago, it says Cardi filed for divorce from Offset for the second time. And just a day later, she announced that she was pregnant with their third child. And I'm I'm uh, I'm not going to say that I'm caught off guard or surprised by it. I'm not surprised by it. Um, of course, I've been seeing on the news, just like all of us, and all of the blogs about Offset and the scandals and him being with other women and other women coming out here and harassing Cardi and this and that. But and then I but I think at the end of the day, um, like I said, I mean, they're a normal couple just like us. They just have a lot more money, a lot more publicity. They have the celebrity status, so we get to see what they have going on. Any other couples that might not have that much money, of course, all of their information is not on every Instagram and blog and all over X and all over Facebook and all over YouTube and all over Entertainment Tonight and whatever else. I don't even know if Entertainment Tonight still comes on. But like my relationship and my divorce, it wasn't all over the news, but it was still embarrassing for the people that knew about it, the people that heard her side, the people that heard my side. Of course, people wanted to take her side because they thought that she filed, but in reality, I'm the one that filed. But at the end of the day, if you've ever went through a divorce, if you've ever had to make the painful decision of even filing for a divorce, it's a lot mentally. So most definitely, my prayers go out to them both. But even more than them two, it goes out more to the children. Okay, it goes out more to the children. So my prayers most definitely for them. But one thing I want to say, the first thing I want to say concerning what you can learn, what we all can learn from Cardi B and Offset's relationship, with it being so public, is that when you value and respect yourself, you're more likely to attract partners who are going to do the same. When you value and respect yourself, you are more likely to attract people who will do the same. So it is very clear, if the rumors are true, and if this is the second time she's filing for divorce, there has to be some truth to him cheating. Uh, if you're continually cheating on a person, or even if you cheat on a person, it means that you don't value them and you don't respect them, period, at all. Okay. If that person takes you back, then of course they see something in you that they want to hold on to. But if you cheat on them again, or if they get cheated on again, at the end of the day, you got to see this person for what they are. They don't value you, and they don't respect you enough to stay faithful to you. If you're with somebody and that person, might be eyeing somebody else, the respectful thing to do is to say, listen, I got this other lady that I'm talking to. Yeah, I know it's going to hurt you, but but do people do that? Some do, but most don't, because the allure of not getting caught. So, but if you're with a person and they cheat on you and they're repeatedly cheating on you, that person doesn't value you and they don't respect you. And one thing that I can learn from their situation, and I can also talk about it from my own marriage and now being divorced. When I first met her, my self esteem was not where it is now. Okay. So my self esteem now is very, very, very high. And my confidence level is very, very, very solid. But that came from everything that I went through, and me taking some time out to really, really start loving myself and spending time on myself, and really, really realizing that, okay, this woman doesn't value me. This woman doesn't respect me. And so I need to get out of this situation. And once I got out of that situation, I then started to be able to be free and concentrate on myself. And once I was able to start concentrating on myself and get back to the goals that I had before, get back onto some goals that I had started in the relationship, but I was so fixated on her and trying to make her happy that I was saying that I was disregarding myself and neglecting myself. That's one thing I want to talk about. Also, you can see that Cardi B really, really, really loves Offset. Uh, all of these cheating rumors and all of these scandals and all this stuff that's went on, and she still holds him down 10 toes down in her songs and in public. That's a fact. That's a fact. She holds him down. Now, whether she's doing it just I doubt she's doing it just for publicity's sake, but I think she's doing it because she really, really cares about him and really wants to see her marriage stay strong, not only for her, but for her children. But at the end of the day, when you're with somebody that doesn't value you, and when you're with somebody who doesn't respect you, and when you don't value yourself and you don't respect yourself, then at the end of the day, it's going to be seen through the relationship. So just like with her, he's out here running rampant. So just like in my relationship, I was with somebody who was out here just wilding out. She was out here wilding. And I took her back. And then it just finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I don't think I value and respect myself, because I'm with a person who continually runs around on me, disrespects me, embarrasses me in public, emasculates me, does all kinds of things. You keep taking her back, and does it make you feel better? No. You just look like a fool. And especially when the people around her or the group around her knows what she's doing, and then they look at you in the eye and smile and say, hey, how you doing? but they know everything that's going on. You're a fool. You know what's going on, and they know what's going on. And I just kept taking her back looking like a straight up fool. But I was trying to hold my marriage down. I was trying to keep the family unit together for the kids. Then finally, I just got to a point, man, forget this. Forget this. I didn't want to end up like a lot of guys that I see who behind closed doors deal with a lot of stuff that women do and end up slowly dying early. You got women, they go through the same thing. Women are in relationships with men, and men are running rampant, and they slowly die early because of the stress and because of, well, I want to keep this marriage together, and they check out early. I did not want to end up like that. So I had to make the decision at the end of the day, is it going to hurt me? Yes. Are my kids going to be hurt? Yes. But at the end of the day, I've got to protect myself and do something for myself. And that was a part of self-love. And now I could not be happier. I'm the most happiest I've ever been in my entire life. So I think with Cardi B, I think one thing we can learn is that when you value and when you respect yourself, you're more likely to attract partners who do the same. And I think with him running all over her, it does show a level of, at the end of the day, she's trying to do what she can to keep the family together, but he doesn't value her and he doesn't respect her. And who knows, her self-esteem might be at a low point right. Well, obviously it is at a low point right now. It's embarrassing. And for you to continue to allow a person to do this, it shows how you feel. It's a mirror image of how you feel about yourself. So I would say most definitely value and respect yourself enough to get out of a relationship that's not helping you. Number two, what we can learn is that self-love contributes to emotional stability. If you love yourself, you are less likely to rely on your partner for validation or happiness. This leads to a healthier, more balanced relationship. So if you're relying on your partner, and of course she's relying on her partner to make her happy. Of course she's relying on OffSet to quit, to stop embarrassing her in public. Of course, we all have seen it, her holding him down and continue to perform and continue to be on features and continue to get out here with her child and be in public and the paparazzi's out there laughing at her and we've seen her with OffSet and her be so happy. It's her husband, of course. But if I'm looking to my husband or if I'm looking to my wife to be my all in all when it comes to my happiness, and for that to validate me as a person, then the relationship is unstable. It's unstable. And the thing is that if you love yourself, if you really, really love yourself and you take the time out to be with somebody who loves you for you, if you're at a point, now see, that's the problem though. Like with me, when I met my wife, my confidence level and my self-esteem level was not where it is now because I hadn't been through what all I've been through now. So of course, early on in the relationship, did I see signs where she didn't value and respect me? Yes, I saw them. Yes, I saw them. And did I start leaning on her to make me happy? And the more things I don't do and the more things I do agree with her on instead of me being my own person, I started looking more at her as being the one that could validate my happiness. And look what happened. And people can sniff it out. They can sniff it out when they found someone who looks at them as being their all in all. And people will take you for advantage. They will manipulate you. They will use you. They will do whatever they can to get whatever they want and then just push you to the side. Why? Because they see that you're emotionally at a state where you don't really love yourself. So now they're looking at you to be their everything, and they latch on to you. And some people, they take that as an opportunity to use you and abuse you. So if you love yourself, you are less likely to rely on your partner for validation. Your partner doesn't validate who you are as a person. Now, depending upon who you choose to be your partner, it shows the world how you look at yourself. So if you're sitting here and you get into a relationship with somebody who's continually beating you physically, somebody who's continually embarrassing you or whatever it may be in public, People don't sit back and clap for that. People sit back. They might not say anything to you, but they get in their car later on, or they get on the phone later on and say, man, what type of person is she to even stay in a relationship like that? They talk about you. They look down on you. They pity you. So, of course, who you choose shows us your emotional stability. So the thing is, if you really have self-love for yourself, you should be choosing a partner, and we all make mistakes, so I'm gonna get there in a moment, but you should be choosing a partner who loves you at a point where it's of course it's not gonna be as equal as how you love yourself, but it should be healthy, a healthy type of love. It shouldn't be where you choose a partner and it's very, very clear to see that this person may be jealous of you, or this person is always trying to belittle you, or this person is always trying to make you seem like you are less than. That's not love. And if you really care about yourself and you really love yourself, at the end of the day, you're going to choose somebody who is basically a mirror image of you. You're going to choose somebody who's a mirror image of you, or who emotionally is a mirror image of you. So usually if you choose somebody if you're at a low point where you have low self-esteem, you'll usually end up choosing a partner. They may seem very confident, but they'll start putting you down or treating you a certain type of way because they don't feel good about themselves either. They don't have a high self-esteem either. You might be attracted. That's why you got some ladies or whatever, they go for the bad guys, as we will say, because some of them, they put off this air or this confidence as I'm this or I'm that. But when you really sit down and get them by themselves and talk to them, you can tell that life and different things that have happened, their self-esteem is pretty low. And that's why they treat women the way they treat them. So the thing is that if you love yourself, you are less likely to rely on your partner for validation. And yeah, I've been in a relationship where I relied on her for my happiness. And look where it got me. It got me nowhere. I think with Cardi B and with OffSet, my opinion is I know he's not relying on her for his happiness. I mean, he's out here living his life. I mean, I thought he's been single since 2017. To be honest, he was just wearing a ring. But I think for her, yeah, I think she really, really has been looking for him to be her happiness. I think so. I honestly believe that. And when you give a person your all, and um, they can tell that you halfway damn near worship them, then they'll take advantage. They'll take advantage, you know. So I would say if you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone to love you in return? If you don't love yourself the right way, how can you expect someone to love you the right way in return? How can you expect somebody to love you the way you need to be loved if you don't even love yourself? And the thing is that you got to be able to forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. We, well, most of us. I've been in relationships where I've been in two relationships where I really felt like I chose the wrong one, and they turned out to be disastrous, and I overlooked the red flags. But the thing is that now I'm in a relationship where me and her both, I feel like it's more healthier. At the end of the day, with self love and you spending time with yourself and getting back onto your goals and getting back onto your purpose, and you getting back to exercising and you getting back to eating right and you getting back to a certain um, um, uh, structured lifestyle, it's going to be seen in your smile. It's going to be seen in the way you carry yourself. And people are going to be attracted to that. But if you're always walking around with your head down, and you're crying and you're looking crazy and you're regretting who you're with and regretting your life, that's also going to attract a certain type of individual. It's the law of attraction. So the thing is that where you are mentally and emotionally, you're going to attract a certain type of individual in your life. And it's on you. It's not on them for you to be happy. It's not on me to rely on on the woman that I'm with now to make me happy. Really, and all in all, it's on me to make sure I'm happy. Because anything can happen in that relationship. Okay? So at the end of the day, whether she's in my life or not, I have to keep this happiness going. You understand what I'm saying? And what makes me happy? Making me happy is what? Exercising. What makes me happy is eating, some of the foods that I love to enjoy, going to some of the restaurants I like to go to, driving the type of car that I have. What makes me happy? The job that I have right now, and me knowing that I'm helping other people in my job. What makes Gary happy when I turn on my video game and I'm able to play my game? What makes me happy? Being able to provide and seeing the smile on my children's face when I buy them certain clothes, or sometimes not even spending money on them, just going to the park with them and throwing the football, or sitting down and listening to my daughter, tell me about, some of the things that she likes on YouTube or something. Those are the little things that makes me happy. Not me. I'll tell you another thing that makes me happy. Seeing the woman that I'm with, the smile on her face when I surprise her with something. That makes me happy. But her and who she is, do I rely on her fully to make me happy? No, I don't. And I don't want anybody to rely on me fully to make them happy. Can you imagine the weight? And I've been in a relationship like that. I've been in a relationship like that where it wasn't my marriage, but I've been in two relationships. A relationship when I was in high school, I was with her for 3 years, and a woman that I was engaged to. It was the same thing. They relied too much heavily on me to make them happy when the problem was not me, it was internally in them. So they're stressing me out. All of that negativity on them and depression and all that stuff, it's getting on me because I'm spending time with you every day. So of course, what's on you, after time, it's going to get on me. Then I start feeling what you got going on. Now I'm looking crazy and depressed like you, but I don't know why. And then you just getting more crazy and depressed, and you blaming it on me when at the beginning it was your issue in the first place. Now I'm not with you no more, and you still depressed, and you still looking crazy, and you still complaining. Why? Because it's with you. It's internally. It's what's going on with you. I can't help you with that. You need to go get some prayer, and you need to go talk to a therapist, and you need to go learn some things. You need to go forgive yourself. You can't rely on another person to make you happy. People will fail you. And you got to forgive yourself if you chose to be with the wrong partner. You got to forgive yourself. Okay? So the thing is that I don't know where you are in life. Cardi B in her life right now is filing for divorce. Um, Only time will tell if she really goes through with this one. I'm thinking she will. I don't know. Y'all write in the comments and say whether y'all believe she will or not. But all I'm going to say is that if you don't truly love yourself, how can you expect somebody to give you the love that you need? You can't, because you don't even know what you want. And you might not even know what real love is. All I'm going to say is where you are emotionally, spiritually, at a certain time in your life depends upon who you attract. It depends upon who you attract, who latches on to you. That's very important. I also want to say is that we need to forgive ourselves when we've made the mistake of allowing people into our lives who don't love us the way we need to be loved. You got to forgive yourself. Cardi B has to forgive herself. I hope she's got a good support system of people around her that's going to hold her down, help her through this time. And I hope for you in your life, you have at least one person to talk to. And if you don't, I would say get you a therapist, get you a counselor to talk to get those thoughts out. You understand what I'm saying? But we got to learn how to forgive ourselves for sometimes allowing people into our lives that never deserve to be there. But the beautiful thing about it is that no matter who I've been with, no matter what women I've allowed into my life, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for the relationship, and I've learned a lot. I have learned, oh my gosh, I have learned a lot. I've learned where I went wrong. I've learned where I can do better. I'm not perfect. I know it seems like that, but I'm not. I've learned where I can do better, and I've learned where, um, maybe I need to chill out and be a little bit more patient, and maybe I have a temper. You learn these things in relationships. You learn these things, but self love, man, is important. And so, what you can learn from Cardi B and Offset is number one, when you value and respect yourself, you're more likely to attract partners who do the same. And number two, self love contributes to emotional stability. So, if you love yourself, you're less likely to rely on your partner to validate that love and to be your all in all when it comes to happiness. If you're already coming into the situation loving yourself, and you might be in a relationship right now and you're just now learning about self-love, and you're just now learning about how you don't need to rely on this other person for your full happiness. And I would say most definitely start doing some research on self-love. What you can do is start taking some one thing you can do is take some time out to do some things that you like to do. Go to the park, spend some time by yourself, go to a concert, go to the movies, date yourself. Date yourself. I did it and still do it. I take myself out on a date. I get dressed. I put some music on. I put some oil on my beard. Give me a fresh haircut. And I take myself out on a date. Buy myself some roses. Tell myself how good I look. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You have to love yourself. I'm not just telling you something I read in a book. I live this life for real, man. I'm divorced now, man. Going on 2 years. I've been legally divorced, and it was hard. But right now in my life, I'm the happiest I've ever been, and that's a fact because I chose to love myself. Love yourself. It's only one you. You can't look at another person and think they're going to give you everything that you need. They're not. They're only human. They're only human. The love that you're looking for, you can only find it within yourself. Okay? God put it there. It's there in you. He put it there when he made you. But y'all be safe, man. And my prayers for Cardi B and for Offset, I wish them the best. But how you look at yourself really, really shows who you ended up, becoming a partner with, who you end up, marrying, and who you end up having children with, that type of person, whoever you are when you met them, whoever you are, it's a mirror image of how you feel about yourself. And that's a fact. And sometimes you don't really see that until you leave and get out of that relationship. And then you look back at that person and you're like, wow, I was really with that person. Yeah, because you basically, that's how you felt about yourself. It's a fact. People don't want to believe it. People are going to get in the comment section and say whatever they want to say. I could care less. But it is. It's very true. Who you end up marrying and who you end up having children with, at that time, that's how you felt about yourself. That's how it's a mirror image of how you feel about yourself. It just is what it is. Now you can always get better, but at that time when you got with them, you attracted that. You attracted that into your life. You did. Okay? And it's up to you. It's up to you to make things right and make things better in your life. And if you need to end a unhealthy relationship, end that relationship. But if you've got a relationship where you guys both need to work on something, because everybody needs to work on something, then you guys take some time out, go to some counseling, get some counseling together, maybe start, sit down and really figure out, how they feel and how you feel and make that thing work. But if it can't be reconciled, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we need to love ourselves. We need to love ourselves. It's important because if you can't love yourself, how are you going to properly love your kids? If you're not right, and taking time out to love yourself and really figure out where you are concerning your mental health, how are you going to be in a healthy position to be able to really take care of your kids and to really, really love your kids. You can't. And then you got your kids, then they grow up and they're going through life and making the same mistakes you're making. It's like a generational curse. So self-love, it not only affects you, but it affects your offspring. It affects the people around you that you love. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it affects you. So we got to love ourselves, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing selfish with that. How can you expect another person to love you when you don't even love yourself? Man, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be safe, man. Peace.